All right, folks, start your engines. The Daytona 500 is February 21st, and the Morning Blend has your ticket to all the action. Throughout this week, we are giving you a chance to win 2 tickets to the PowerShares QQQ 300 race and 2 tickets to the Daytona 500. It is our Race to Win sweepstakes. Here is today's trivia question. Bobby Allison was the oldest driver to win the Daytona 500. How old was Bobby Allison when he won? Log on to fox4now.com, go to the contest page, fill out the entry form with the correct answer to the trivia question. 1 lucky winner will be selected at random from the entries. You must be 18 years of age or older to enter, and you cannot have won from any contest with Fox 4 over the last 120 days. Make sure to watch every day for more trivia questions that will be racing your way soon.
Who has it harder, the parents of maybe newborns or the parents of middle schoolers? A recent study looked at that question, and in today's parenting guide, our resident psychologist Amy Trout is here to help discuss. Good morning.
Hi.
This is so interesting. So we sent you this, it went viral. There was this article that went around that talked about this study from Arizona State University.
Yep.
That looked at, I think they looked at 2,200 educated, it said, mothers and their children who ranged in age from infants to adults.
Mm-hmm.
And this study, it says, came out with the fact that I think most of us can somewhat agree that the parents of children between 12 and 14 were more stressed out, more depressed, while the mothers of infants and adults had much better well-being.
Yeah,
Did this study surprise you?
No, not at all. Any of us who've walked through that, that precious age of, middle school transitions and whatnot, I think, the stresses are just, they're different. It's hard being a parent at any age, with any age kiddo, right? But the stakes are different. The rules change all of a sudden, and I don't think we're prepared for it.
Is that what it is? Why is it so? Because every stage has its own difficulties and its own exhaustion level.
Yeah.
But what is it about middle school that just seems to be such a struggle, I think, not only for parents, but for kids?
Yeah, it's a combination of factors. So first of all, obviously puberty's hitting, and so kids are more aware, more self-conscious, and so there's all this kind of insecurity brewing that's really natural and normal to happen in a kid at that age. So they're not sure of who they are. They're in a new school setting, most kids, and so they're not sure of their place. The rules have often shifted, so middle schools are, predominantly pretty performance-driven.
So the education level even changes for them. There's a lot different things that are expected of them.
Exactly, and it can feel much more disconnected. When they really yearn for connection, they feel less connected. Lots of hurdles to go through with a new school, with new peer groups oftentimes. With new understandings of who they are and what's their role in this situation. And their minds are thinking more complexly. They're able to be more sophisticated cognitively. And oftentimes the school tasks aren't lining up with what their brains are able to kind of comprehend.
So kids, again, with this age 12 to 14, has it always been, historically, has this been a difficult age, do you think? Or
I think it's a pretty tough time, but I think, the way we're doing things often, can complicate things a little bit more. Shifting schools may not be the best for this age group, but it is the way our society is structured. We have middle schools as a separate entity. So kids, they long for social connection. They long for, feeling empowered and able to kind of control their environments. And all of a sudden, the rug's been pulled out from under them, and everything shifts.
Well, I don't want to let you go. We have about a minute left. But what do parents who are watching this morning who have middle schoolers at home, what's your biggest piece of advice that you can, this too shall pass?
Yeah, so brace yourself and really show grace to your kids and show grace to yourself. This isn't the time to really harp on grades. Grades matter, but grades matter more in high school than they are going to matter in middle school. Let your kids know it's okay to fail and that it's okay to try new things and to not be too rigid in your expectations of them.
Because there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And also just adjust your expectations of your kiddo. They're not going to necessarily be the sweet kiddo that responds to a hug and a bowl of ice cream to make everything all better. Everything's changed. The game has changed. The stakes have changed. Kids are into different things.
And that's where I think why parents maybe go into a more depressed state or whatever, because they don't all of a sudden they may look at their kids and not know who they are anymore.
In a couple months' time, yeah, everything is different for everybody. So just take it with a grain of salt. I mean, obviously look out for big problems, but love your kiddo through it, love yourself through it, get your own support elsewhere, not from your kiddo.
Yeah.
And try to be the best parent you can be, but very graciously through those years.
All right. Well, what an age. What an age it is. Amy, thank you so much for being here this morning. Very interesting. And of course, to find out more, just head to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
Sound off. We love hearing from you guys, from our Morning Blend viewers. Be sure to connect with us through our social media sites. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Come check us out and say hello.